My father actually was born in the Lower East Side of New York, and he was brought up in an area which is the most, I understand, is the most densely populated area ever in the history of the world. Like the Lower East Side, these tenement houses, that people were just sleeping in rows, and they were a number of stories high, so it was very compact humanity. But he was interested in plants, and he would go up on the roof and grow plants in pots. And he loved plants in that environment. And he actually had bought a farm in Connecticut in the 20s for $10. He paid $10
for the farm
in Ridgefield, Connecticut, which is now like the most expensive place. And they, of course, paid it off. They only had it a few years, but they did it. I don't know if they did gardening there, but they really liked rural life. My father and his brother and my mother and so forth. During the Depression, I don't really recall him gardening, but he wanted a farm, and he bought what is now the original, we call it the old farm, the Organic Gardening Experimental Farm, in 1941, and he immediately went into gardening. But what really drove him, his interest, first of all, was health. He came from a large family, and he considered himself sort of the weak person in the family.
He didn't have good health? Or?
He did not have, it's hard to say, what is good health? I don't really know. But he was rejected for the Army in World War I for some, I think for eyesight. He had problems with his vision. Doctors said he had a heart murmur, which today they would, I'm sure, say, forget it, it's a temporary thing. But he felt, in those days they said, oh, your heart doesn't sound right. They didn't know much. It really was traumatic to him. So he spent his early life experimenting with different health routines, vegetarianism. He read all the Bernard McFadden material of the early 20s and 30s. And he was always trying different diets. And he also was publishing magazines. Rodale Press was founded in 1930, the year that they moved to Emmaus. But they published other things, humor magazines, and then he had a series of digests. Reader's Digest was real big in those days, so there were a lot of imitators. And he had 4 or 5 of the imitators of Reader's Digest, one of which was called Fact Digest, which was very successful. But he had a health magazine then called Health Guide, little digest. And but his interest in organic farming he was primed for health. He said that there's somehow the American way of eating, growing food is not healthy.